Right, Jeff, here we are once again.
I'm at hard work.
You are hard work, you are hard work. Here we are then starting another vlog in Jeff's workshop. And Jeff, you're standing by two blocks, not one but two, down there, which have been busy machining some fins in.
No,
well, you were doing some work on it.
Correct, and I've added some extra bits of
That's right, you were doing that last time I was here on your miller here. So you've done this bit here.
We've actually come round.
Yeah.
And gone in on it's a slight angle, but I've had to work out how far we can come in. So obviously it's still like 8 or 10 mil thick between that and the thing. But it's left it now with that little, you know.
It's okay.
It's actually picked up. There's a few little marks.
Oh,
I think a little bit of wet and drying and polishing.
You'll be okay.
But there's some people don't mind with a few little nicks and knacks.
It proves it's been made by hand, I think.
You know, it's so. And I know people say, "Oh, there's a lot of work," but I like that now.
Okay, well, if you like it, that's the main thing.
You know, it looks right. All the liners now.
Right. So moving on, then we were talking last time you were here.
Yeah.
You made some fixtures to go inside those liners.
Oh yeah.
To allow you to stick it in your lathe and machine them down a wee bit, which you've now done.
Well, I've had to do them from one in and then do the other side, and it's left a little step. But this.
So you've shortened them. You've shortened them.
They've been now machined down at least ½ inch.
Right.
Now.
And have you machined them internally yet? Yes, you haven't.
Well, no, they won't. You need to. The only what we need to do now is
you've got to drop them in.
Up,
okay,
and then now we'll drop in.
Right.
That's ready now. But what'll happen is they'll go about 1.5 mil, something like. Is it about 60 thou, maybe 80 thou below the aluminium, because we still might have to. What I want to do is then just put a round copper gasket in on there, and then the head can go with some stuff on, and if I can, it's getting a copper gasket, so it'll just torque down nicely as the head pulls down onto there.
Right. That's
going to be. We're going to have to work that one out and get some info on that.
Okay. Okay. So you've done that for those four, and also those four as well.
Well, that was the red barrel, and I dropped a bit of a clanger, didn't I?
Did you? I don't know. Did you?
Well,
Why?
I've gone and used a 10 mil ball cutter.
Yes.
And I should have just put 3 in it now. Because what I wanted to do was come round with this, which is easy, but it's getting a cutter now to work on here.
Right.
You need a long series cutter. Because of the way it is.
Yes.
So, like you say, I've got a cutter, but it's too short.
Right.
And I was going to get a cutter, bore it out,
extend it,
press that in, so you've got an extended cutter.
But,
I mean, so you're only talking light cuts on aluminium.
Yes, yeah.
So, but that I've ground through it, and it's tool steel. I thought at the end of the shank it might be soft enough to. But you can't. But even a tungsten cutter skins on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think that's all right.
I think I might have to just leave that as it is.
Do one thing at a time that you can do. So, and then next to it, Jeff, we have a block.
Yeah.
Sitting here, which I think we saw last time. Oh, hang on.
Oh, that's the
over there.
1327 block.
Okay, and what's that one?
This is the 1260.
What's that going in?
That's the spares bike.
Okay, what's that one?
That's the
unknown
13. That, to be honest, I might use it on that road project.
Okay. If it ever happens.
It's money in time.
When you win the lottery, you
can make a lovely project. But
and what's the one over there again?
That's a 1327 block that I've.
Okay.
And what's that for?
And what's it for? What purpose?
Well, originally that was going to go on the bike.
Oh.
That we've got.
Yes.
Now I've made another one to go.
To go on that one. Oh God.
To go on that one.
This is why I get confused. You've got so many different options.
Well, we're now doing the bottom end, and it's got the Zephyr head on it.
Yes,
we needed to change the block because the stud holes don't match.
That's right. Yeah, because you made it wrong. Yeah.
And we've got our thingy cases here.
So yeah. Now you were talking about. Let me spin round. Let me spin round there. Now you were talking about the studs and making your own studs again because you weren't happy with these.
That is something I didn't like with them.
No.
They're ½ inch.
And what's wrong with them?
Well, it's brittle. Someone said it's good stuff, but then I've been advised.
And what's it made?
That's just silver.
Silver steel.
Silver
it's like
steel.
Machine steel, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you make machine parts from. Like cutting.
And it's too brittle.
Right, so you're going to make some new ones. Okay.
But it doesn't.
So now you're going to get some EN24.
Which I've got on the bench there.
You got a big long tube of it, yeah. And you're going to make some new ones.
But that's Isn't it funny? Got half inch there. If I'd known at the time, 12mm is a lot cheaper.
Yes.
Than
Well, anything Imperial these days is expensive.
I know. The half inch is double the price of 12mm.
Yes, I know.
But what did muggins go and do? I've had the block done to half inch.
Yes.
So the only way you could put 12mm in there is to start opening them out and put steel
and then put some sort of inserts in.
Well, I'm not going.
No, don't go that way.
And if you drop a bollock and the thread goes wrong,
you've had it, haven't you?
You've then.
In a world of hurt.
You're actually, to try and get away with a cheaper piece of studding, making
your life very difficult. Oh well, you live and learn.
I'd rather get the new bar, and if the threading goes wrong on it, I can always buy another piece and get it done again.
Okay, yeah, so that's progress on the various drag bikes. Also, of course, I've noticed, because I can't fail to notice, another change. If we swing round, the spares bike frame has come in from the cold. And it's been put in.
It was sat down there. I've put this other jig that was out there on wheels now.
Okay, so that jig's now on wheels.
Yeah.
And about a month or two ago, you were busy rusting this thing, getting all the rust off.
I was actually getting quite into it. And it was
in preparation for painting it, and that seems to have all gone stopped now. I don't know why.
Well, it's because
time.
The thing is, what I need to do is get it all done and then instantly paint it.
Yes.
There's no point in getting it all cleaned down and then having it sat here through winter.
I know. What are you got to crack on, lad? Now, we did actually look at the option of getting this thing powder coated, which would save a lot of. Would save a lot of work, but it's so long. It's like from there.
They can't
to there. It doesn't fit in their ovens. It's too big, so you can't be powder coated. So Jeff is going to have to paint it himself.
Well, I don't mind doing that.
I know you don't, but it's more time. And no doubt, by the time you get to do it, it'll be raining outside and cold, and it'll be horrible. Anyway, that's a different subject.
And Halley's Comet's going to have been round again.
Is it? Oh well, there you go then.
Twice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going on. Yeah. So with that then, Jeff, I'll have to go. No doubt.
I'll get the bike out and wheel it out, and someone will say, "Santa Pod, what's Santa Pod?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's all gone now.
It's all gone now. Yeah. Drag racing, it's all been banned. Electric bikes are allowed, but that's about it.
You can't do that. You mean you've got an internal combustion engine to go down the quarter?
That's right. Oh no, it's not allowed.
What century are you from?
Well, I know where you're from, mate. You're Victorian, you are.
Hey, thanks.
Yes, well you are, aren't you?
Right, so
with that then, we'll leave it, Jeff. I'll come back next week and we'll see what progress you've made on your various projects.
Yeah. Well, what I've got to do is I've got to do that one yet.
That one? Oh yes, yeah. You got to do your plates, haven't you?
I've done them.
You've done them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, do you know what's gone wrong?
What's gone wrong, Jeff?
Fucking read out on the miller.
Oh, your miller's gone a bit.
Is this on?
Yeah.
Oh. Right.
It's okay. Your readout's gone a bit wonky.
I've got to fix it.
You've got to fix your readout. Oh well.
And the worst thing is, I could do all the work, but the 400mm. If I had 400, and do you know what's happened? It's gone at a point, and it's left me with 385.
Well, there you go. You can't win.
15
mil.
If some, I don't know what's happened to it. Whether it's just
there's some
a
sensors
gone wrong. So I've got to get another scale now.
Yes.
Flat down, fitting a scale.
Such is life. So, right. So with that, then, Jeff, we'll come back next week and see how you're getting on with your various projects, and of course, fixing your miller.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And with that, Jeff, I'll have to go.
Like I said, I wanted to drill this,
but you can't.
And get everything in, and well, that was what the big lathe was for, because I can put it on a mandrel, bore one side, machine another mandrel, clamp them on, and bore the other side for the crank.
Well. It'll get done eventually, lad. It'll get done. We might all be dead by then, but it'll get done.
Yeah, but like you say, that's a choice now. I've got my pilot motor. I've just got to get all the electrics done. I wish I could just say to someone, do it.
Yes. But you can't, because you've got no money, so you've got to do it yourself.
Because I can't afford to pay anyone to do it.
You've got to do it, which takes time.
I've got to do it.
Oh well.
Oh, hey ho.
Hey ho. We'll get there in the end, we'll get there. Right, Jeff, with that then, I'll have to leave you, and I'll be back next week.
We'll go and do that.
Okay.
I'll see you
next week.
Good.
Right, Jeff, here we are back again in your workshop. A week or so has gone by. Last time we were here, you were doing these liners for your barrels. So is that all done now?
That's all done.
Good.
That one's machined.
Oh yes, we saw that last time. You finished that.
It's this one here, the one that dropped a bollock, didn't I? Well, not a bollock, but I thought I'd go with smaller fins.
That's right, yeah.
And now getting a long cutter to come round here to do that.
It looks nice as it is.
Yeah. So I think that may end up getting left.
Okay, no problem.
So it's
right. So also, I notice you've got some more cranks here.
Oh, these are all Leslie's, yeah.
It's a triple. So is that from his KH250?
Well, we had a few. I had a couple of cranks.
You would have.
From
this is from a Kawasaki KH250.
KH250.
3-cylinder, 2-stroke.
2-cylinder, 3-stroke.
Sorry. No. And I see you've got various bits lying around.
Yeah.
Are these new bearings or are these old bearings?
To be honest, what it is, because the rod kit's here, 70 quid a piece.
Okay, that's not bad.
We pulled some cranks apart. We have 2 really good second-hand. They're very good bits. And what I said to
These are seals and conrods and so on, yeah.
There's some bearings there, and they're absolutely. I've checked them, looked at them. Obviously, we're putting one together with brand new rods and everything, so we're going to put all new bearings.
Okay, so that's his old crank, is it? That's coming out of the old engine.
Well, I don't know if this is the
an
old
old crank. Okay.
Yeah, it's an old crank.
So what's this about then? Why have you got all these?
We're trying to find all the best webs. And
oh right, you're building a crank for the best bits you've got.
People over the years,
yes,
they've been bashed and
yes,
smacked, and sometimes you can get wear on them. The bearings can,
can spin.
Yeah, spin. So we're trying to find the best possible bits and bobs. Plus, the lead weights come loose. That's an end one.
Yeah, you can see that.
You can see that one's now started to.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, it's moving.
It's moving.
Not ideal.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's temperature. That one actually is corroded.
Yes.
I think what we're going to do.
Bin that one.
Yeah. So, but the lead weights have to go back in, or all the balance is going to be.
Yeah.
Out. It's just that I think at the factory there's like a little. I took some out of some old webs that were scrap. They have a little lip on them.
Yes.
And I think what they do, they must have a machine that sort of squashes them, in.
Yeah.
Like maybe a press or something.
Yes.
So once you press them out, you lose that lip.
Yeah. So you can't reuse them. And can you buy them? Can you buy them?
No, it'll all be. The only thing that Les said we'll try. What I'm going to do, because I've got an old web with the weight out.
Yes.
I'm going to pop a couple of them back in, clean it up with acetone, and I'm going to super duper Loctite them in.
Oh, super duper.
Right.
Yeah, I hope it's going to stay there.
And then I'm going to try and knock the bugger out.
Right, and see how.
And see what effort it takes to get the bugger out. And if
if it takes a lot of effort.
If it takes a lot of effort,
you're all right.
We'll Loctite the buggers.
Right. Okay, sounds good. Well, I guess back in the day they didn't have Loctite, did they? Didn't have such.
That's I've used some of that super duper stuff. And
it ain't going to move, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it handles the temperature.
Okay,
that's 648. So anyway, that's. But if we've got enough bits left, hopefully there's some mint. We'll try and put a crank together. Obviously, we'll have to put 2 new seals.
Yes.
In the middle, because all the seals are that aged.
Oh yeah.
They're that knackered.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing we can't. We need
new ones.
Has
he got new ones? I take it he has.
He's got 2 new ones there, but they come from Canada.
Right.
And I think they were 35 quid for the pair.
Oh. And how many do you need?
Well, obviously the end ones aren't a problem, but it's the middle ones because they've got these special guides on them that keep them, at the correct spacing in the cases. So I believe them are rocking horse drop-ins.
Right, but he's got 2 there, so
yeah. I think he can get some more, but they're expensive.
Well, he can afford it.
Yeah,
he can afford it.
So we could, like I say, I found a good rod kit there. That's the second, but I've actually spun it, and you can't feel any play, and it rolls nice. So I said I'll put him together a crank that's
of all the good bits
very good. Because some of the miles that these bikes are doing now, they're not thrashing them.
No.
So
like GT 185 did last time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes when parts get hard to get hold of, you've got to try and use what you've got.
And I notice you've been hacksawing up way over there some long steel rods.
Oh, it was just for some studs that I've got to make for this.
Okay, let's go and check that out then. Right, yeah, so moving on then. That's your bottom end with the cylinder studs that you weren't happy with. Because they're made from something you don't have.
That is silver steel, and if you look at them very close, when they're threaded, they start to crumble.
Right.
It's not a very good material.
They're very strong, aren't they? But very hard, but very brittle.
It's a strong material, but if you don't cut it right and leave fracture marks, and if you don't get it perfect, it can. Its fatigue resistant isn't as good as the EN24.
So why did you make them like that in the first place?
Because someone said they'd do it for me, and anyway, it's they were done.
So that's now been. They're now sort of going to go in the bin almost. Well, and over there you got these long rods of. I think you said they were.
It's EN24T.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same as I use for my axles and my Motor
It's virtually an equivalent of chrome moly.
Yes, yeah.
It's our equivalent, I think, of chrome moly.
Yeah. Well, the T stands for tempered, doesn't it? It's been tempered. And so you're now chopping them up into appropriate sizes. I'm
going to make 2 sets for this, which have got 1/2 inch and 10mm.
Yeah. And
obviously, I don't need 2 sets, but taking them up to peak, it doesn't take much longer to whisk the threads on.
Okay.
So anyway, he's going to do that for me for free of charge.
Oh,
so
good.
That's.
Oh well, there you go.
It just means a drive to Stockport
and back.
A drive back.
Yeah.
And then various amounts of phone calls.
Yes, no doubt.
And then.
Well, 3 is free. 3 is free. Right, good. So that's all
anyway,
progressing.
That's not a problem.
And over here, look, oops, and camera's going mad. There's your.
This is
some of those.
Spares bite, yeah.
Yes. Oh, I've lost count, Jeff. I've lost count of all this stuff. What else?
It's better than losing the plot.
I've lost the. I think you've lost the plot a long time ago, Jeff.
I lost the plot a long time ago.
Yes.
I don't want to lose the count.
No.
I've
Right.
not got
So,
much left.
looking around. Not much more to say. Anything else going on that you're up to at the moment, apart from stuff for me?
No. Well, I think, like you say, I don't think I'm going to get a chance to paint this frame now. And the fact is...
Oh, you could.
The fact is, if I paint it, where am I going to put it?
In the loft.
Eh? In the loft. You're going to end up...
The roof's going to collapse.
Like you, if you had your spare rooms in your house, you could put it in a room.
I could, but my spare room's no longer spare.
Ah, right. Well, there you go.
But my mum's staying with me right now. Yeah. It has its pros and cons. My mum's staying with me during the lockdown, so dog's happy because he gets lots of treats, but I'm not so sure. Anyway, so that's that. What else? Well, there's some more stuff about my Kawasaki and my various different projects, which we'll have to talk about next. That'll be a different video. So I think for now, Jeff, we'll end it there, as you say. I'm going to have a bowl of soup. Do you want a cup of tea? Of course, that sounds good to me. I'll go. So with that, we'll end it there. Yeah. And thanks for watching, and cheers. I'll do that. Brilliant.